Many years ago, as a 23-year-old, I unfortunately lost my father to brain cancer. As you can imagine, I was incredibly angry, and like everyone else, I went through the different stages of grief. But there was one particular day that I walked out of the office that I was leasing at that point in time, and I felt like punching anyone. And I have to say, this came as an absolute shock to me because that's not the type of person that I am. Now, did I go out and actually punch anyone? Hell no, of course, I would never do that. The matter of fact is that sometimes we actually have to acknowledge the aggression before we can let it go. I was introduced to an energy healer at that point in time, and I have to admit, I'm the first one to say I'm logical, I like the psychology, I like all of the research, but I need to do something about this. When I sat down with her in the very first session, she encouraged me to actually punch the pillow and just physically let the energy and the aggression out of my body. Could I do it? No, I couldn't do it because I was in front of someone else. And when you're in front of another person, your identity and your structure kind of comes together, so you only allow yourself to behave a certain way. However, what I did do was when I got home that afternoon, I got my pillow and I bashed the crap out of it. I also screamed into that pillow as much as I felt necessary to get that anger out of my body. Did my neighbors hear me? No, of course not, because I had music playing in the background, and when you scream into a pillow, it's pretty damn muffled. Why did this activity help so much? Especially for me, a person that does hypnosis, NLP, anchoring, the whole lot. In this case, that wasn't enough to release the anger. What I found was that screaming into the pillow and having that physical response and letting it physically out actually allowed me to let it go incredibly quickly. And the best way that I can describe it is like this. Not allowing yourself to feel anger is like trying to hold up a brick wall that's leaning and is about to fall down. Not allowing yourself to feel it is keeping that brick wall stuck, which means you're always going to have to carry it on the weight of your shoulder. The second that I allowed myself, and I was very specific, I allowed myself that if I needed to feel angry, I would give myself, say, between 7 and 8 o'clock at night to feel angry, to feel sad, to be frustrated, to feel whatever emotions that I needed to feel. I made a distinct decision to allow myself to feel those emotions in that time slot. The rest of the day, I would keep my shit together. The simple fact that I allowed myself permission to release my aggression actually let the wall fall down, and I was able to walk away from it completely. Now, this may sound totally idealistic and really simple, and the reality is it is incredibly simple, yet it's also profoundly powerful. As a society, we're taught to control our emotions, and yes, you should control your emotions. But if you're feeling aggression right now and it's stuck in your body somewhere and you just can't seem to let it go no matter what you do, find a time in which you're home by yourself, scream into that pillow, punch that pillow, let it out, and then make a decision that if you need to feel sad, you will feel sad. If you need to feel angry, you will feel angry. Keep it to a set time frame so you can finally let it go. Good luck.